First off, for formality's sake, your name, how to spell that, please?
Alan Hoffa, Alanhaffa.
And good time.
Chair of the Monterey County Democratic Party.
First up, before we get into all the DNC stuff, what brings you here today?
Well, we are here because labor is joining together on Labor Day. We're showing appreciation for unionists in the past who have given many of us this day off.
Go through that. Obviously there's a ton of people here, a bunch of different groups here, a lot of unions here, and so the importance of that in this area is what?
Well, it's important for working people to support each other. And when we celebrate together and we spend time together, we get to know each other, we'll be stronger when fights over worker rights arise.
Now to the other story I'm here to speak with you about today, talking about the changes at the DNC. So quite simply, for those who don't know, what exactly changed?
So the Democratic National Committee voted to change the way that the presidential primaries will be managed in the future. So what are euphemistically called superdelegates or unpledged delegates are essentially eliminated. They would only be able to cast a vote in the event that there was a tie. And so it is a effort to make the process more democratic, more representative, and more directly answerable to the will of the people.
This was obviously a big controversy in 2016 throughout that primary between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Your thought on the whole superdelegate thing as it relates to 2016?
Well, so the issue of superdelegates goes back, it predates the 2016 election. I think in some ways that election brought out an underlying problem, but really this isn't about 2016. We're looking to 2018 and 2020 and unifying our party. We need everyone who supports progressive change, from the left wing of our party to the central wing of our party to independents, to join together and feel confident in our process.
Do you think this was the right decision by the party?
Absolutely, this was the right decision because, again, we're stronger together, and this is an attempt to unify the party and show good faith to everyone who is part of this party.
Well, obviously this is for years moving forward back to 2016. We heard a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters saying, hey, this whole superdelegate thing, it's rigged against me and my supporters. Is that what you saw in 2016?
I wouldn't use the word rigged, but I think that even Tom Perez, the chair of the National Democratic Party, has conceded that we can do better and we will do better.
In terms of Monterey County, from what I understand, just one superdelegate, I believe it is, ever?
No. So, for example, there were a variety of categories of superdelegates. Members of Congress, past presidents, current presidents, and then even lobbyists in some cases. So you could have in some states the majority of the people participating in the primary, in the presidential primary, voting for one candidate, but you might have a even larger number of unpledged delegates vote for a different candidate. That's what we're trying to eliminate. We want to make it clear that the popular will of the people is going to be reflected in our ultimate choice.
As far as the will of Monterey voters going towards the presidential nominee in 2020, do you think this would give a better representation of the voters, saying, hey, this is what they wanted, or has that really not been a problem in years past as it relates to the superdelegate issue?
Well, there was unbelievable participation in the Democratic primary in 2016, and hopefully that will just continue. And so, yeah, we're hoping that more people will participate, more people will join the party, more people will unite behind our ultimate, primary candidate.
How much did you hear any people sort of complaining about the issue of superdelegates a couple of years back, and have you already heard people saying, hey, this is kind of a good thing that this changed? Will that excite people moving forward?
I think that people in the party are very excited about this change, and there's a lot of positive reaction to the change.
I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
First up, can I get your name and how to spell that, please?
Alicia Metters, or Alicia Metters, ALICIA
And what's a good title for you? Who are you with?
I am a social worker in Child Protective Services in Monterey County.
What brings you here today?
To support my brothers and sisters in the fight for us to stay strong and to stay unified and to stay together.
You mentioned stay strong. What are you staying strong through? What are some issues that you might be facing with your industry?
Well, our main concern right now is that we recently had a court decision that said that you don't have to be a union payer to be a part of the union and to have the services and the resources that come with it. What we are trying to reiterate to the community, to our brothers and sisters again, is that we have to stay together, we have to be members, we have to be unified, because there are powers that be that want us to fall apart, that want us to fight against one another, and we have to stay united and strong, because we all deserve, working people deserve to have their wages, to have health care resources, because we are a member of the communities that we serve. Social workers, whatever position that we have in the community, we're doing it as a service. We're doing it out of service, out of the cause, to make our communities better. And if powers that be want to take away our resources, we have to fight for them. And also, it's just the right to have a voice. United States of America, however you want to put it, America, land of the free, home of the brave. We are supposed to have the right to due process. We're supposed to have the right to representation. We're supposed to be able to have the right to say how we feel without being penalized. And I think that's what the union stands for, is that we will stick together, no matter if we're coming under attack or whether they want to silence us, that we'll stick together and our voice will continue to be heard.
What do you want people to know on this Labor Day here, where everyone's together, different industries, different movements? What do you want people to know?
That labor people rock, we all rock, we are the best, and that we got to stick together no matter what. Again, the climate, the country kind of tense. We all might be in some ways fighting for resources, fighting for just the basic ways of life. And again, that we are strong, that we are worth every fight that we put out, and we have got to stick together.
Well, I appreciate your time very much. And I want to give you my card in case anything.
They understand that there are people in Washington, D.C. supporting, despite the message they're hearing out of the administration, that there are members of Congress that will step up and fight for it.
Janet's ruling, I mean, that really, what are you doing behind the scenes, or is there anything you might be doing?
Well, look, at this point, it's making sure that the working men and women who want to unionize have the financial resources to do so. Obviously, the Janet's decision kind of took that ability and hurt that ability, hurt their ability to do that. We got to make sure they have the support. Not legislatively, at least verbally, letting them know that there are members who support them.
Now, the political climate really hasn't changed that much, or has it?
Well, look, we're going to find out in November, okay? That's really important, and that's the message I want to get out there, is that if we want change, we got to not just speak up, we got to stand up and we got to start walking to the voting booth. November 18th, November. That's the most important message.
Now, you're going to be speaking, I believe. What are you going to tell them? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just assume you are, because you're the guest of honor.
No. There's plenty. No. The guests of honor today are the men and women who are working, and basically I'm here to show support. And my message is to let them know that yes, I support them, but at the same time, this is a democracy where it takes everybody to participate, and part of that participation is voting, and that's the most important thing I would say. All right, very good. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Good to see you.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Actually, good morning still. Welcome to Labor Day. Glenn, the guy with the white shirt and the baseball cap, get organized. We're going to have a rally right here on the sidewalk to show all of Watsonville that they need to come out, join us, and to really show what Labor Day is all about. Union pride and solidarity, because that's what we're out here for, to show to the community, because we are part of the community as well. So welcome to Labor Day, and Glenn will start the chants and everything, so go to him. Take care, bye.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who's the union?
He actually asked me, he said, there's two events, one labor event in San Luis Obispo and one labor event here. And for all of you who don't know who John Laird is, he's a great leader, has been there for working families. He's Secretary of Natural Resources for our great Governor Brown, and he couldn't be here. So he gave me a quick email message. So I'm sorry I missed my first Monterey Bay Labor Council picnic in decades. But I'm speaking at the same time in San Luis Obispo's Labor Day picnic. We have a lot to protect in California. Our progressive values are right now. The fact that there's tax cuts for the wealthiest citizens and there's no pay raises for over 2 million federal employees who are the working men and women that deliver federal services is outrageous. We need to keep organizing, fighting for working families, and I'll be side by side with you all the way. That's a great message, isn't it? So time's gonna come, we have a great leader in the state senate right now, Bill Monning. He's the majority leader. He's been a great leader for us on working families issues. And when he is termed out, we have another great leader, John Laird, and we're gonna support him, am I right? Si se puede. So once again, welcome to the picnic here. I want to invite some speakers to come up here and say a couple words, and then we're also going to get some elected officials to talk. So first of all, I want to invite this great group of leaders, in-home child care providers that have been fighting here in the Pajaro Valley for the rights to be part of the union. So I'm going to ask Ana and her leaders to come up here, and they're going to ask one of the speakers that's, I think, still serving food to come up here as well. So Ana.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes todos. Díganme, ¿qué se puede? ¿Qué se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¿Están listas? Buenas tardes a todos. Las proveedoras de cuidado infantil SEIU 521 y sus aliados están construyendo un poderoso movimiento en todo el estado para tener una voz en el mejoramiento de nuestro sistema de cuidado infantil. For you guys to know, I will be repeating this in English, okay? So just bear with me. Es un sistema roto que obliga a más de 1 millón de niños que están elegibles a quedarse sin el acceso de la educación temprana a la que tiene derecho y que tan desesperadamente necesitan. Es un sistema roto que continuamente conduce a que las proveedoras no se les pague a tiempo. ¿Es cierto? Sí. Hasta el punto de que algunas proveedoras tienen que cerrar sus puertas, obtener un segundo o tercer trabajo. ¿Se les hace justo eso? Permítanme ser bien clara. Esto es inaceptable.
Inhumano. Inhumano. Como dice Olga.
Y yo hablo por experiencia, porque ya he sido una proveedora de cuidado infantil aquí en Watsonville durante 23 años. Permítanme, por favor, les presento a las proveedoras de alrededor del área.
Destiny Watsonville. Emmy Watsonville.
Elizabeth Salinas.
Lidia Watsonville.
Elvira Watsonville. María de Salinas. Celsa de Salinas. Olivia Watsonville. María de Castroville. Maura de Watsonville. Patricia Morán de San José. Hilda Zamora de Watsonville.
Lilia Salgado de Watsonville.
Somos un poquito de todas las proveedoras, más de 65,000 proveedoras en todo el estado de California. Así es que antes de seguir, voy a presentar al asambleísta Mark Stone, que él apoya a todas las proveedoras en nuestra lucha.
Thank you. I'm very, very proud to stand on this stage with these great, amazing people. You show the tide that needs to turn with how we take care of people who take care of our most important, whether it's our elderly or our children. And childcare workers have been given the short end of the stick for far too long.
Yeah.
They're not respected in our community. They're not paid. So getting them organized, getting their voice to be stronger in Sacramento or in the local jurisdictions is really so important for all of us. I think next year with our incoming governor, Gavin Newsom, he has pledged to focus on early childhood education and childcare, not as just warehousing kids, but as the educational opportunity that really should represent. So for all of these childcare providers on stage, it will be a new era, it'll be a change if we can enforce this and make sure that we are paying due respect, due wages, due benefits to some of the most important people in our community. So I'm proud to stand on this stage with childcare workers and hope for the future.
And guess what? These are our future. What's your name, Miha?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have Eslyn. We have Rosabella.
Yeah.
Ruben Garcia.
Woo, Ruben.
And there was a little one. I have to say his name because he's my grandson. Ryder.
Yeah.
So, voy a seguir. I'm going to continue and then I'll say it in English. El cuidado infantil impulsa el desarrollo mental, haciendo que los niños tengan más probabilidades de permanecer en la escuela, desarrollar habilidades sociales saludables y poder encontrar carreras por vida. Las proveedoras de cuidado infantil conocen esta realidad de primera mano. Lo vivimos todos los días. ¿Es cierto? Sin embargo, las proveedoras de cuidado infantil no reciben ninguna clase de beneficios. Nada. No recibimos seguro médico, no recibimos beneficios de jubilación y olvídense de cuando estamos enfermas porque ni eso tenemos. Trabajamos largas horas y somos mal pagadas porque el sueldo es muy bajo. Por eso es que los educadores de la niñez temprana están juntos con nosotros como una unión que hacemos para que tengamos todas la voz y para poder arreglar ese sistema, el sistema de cuidado infantil. Juntos tenemos el poder de solucionar los problemas que enfrentan a nuestros niños, a nuestras comunidades y a nuestra profesión. Estamos luchando en un sistema que asegura que todos los padres de familia tengan acceso a confiable cuidado infantil de calidad y que todas las proveedoras ganen salarios habitables y que tengan una voz fuerte y unida en el trabajo. Exigimos que todos los niños reciban el comienzo que merecen y que las proveedoras reciban la capacitación, los recursos y los salarios que todas nos merecemos. Pero ahora necesitamos su ayuda de todos. Es hora de tomar medidas para asegurar que el sistema de cuidado infantil de California funcione para todos. Tenemos una petición. Por favor, vaya a nuestra mesa y firme la petición diciendo yo apoyo a las proveedoras para que ellas puedan negociar, para que tengan su contrato y para que ellas tengan derechos. Queremos, no la palabra, exigimos un asiento en la mesa de negociaciones. Trabajando juntos podemos tener éxito. Este Día del Trabajador vamos a reclamar nuestro día porque estamos todos juntos como unión. Recordemos las luchas de los obreros estadounidenses que forjaron y definieron esta nación. Las victorias duras fueron posibles debido a trabajadores como ustedes que respondieron la llamada, que juntos nos levantamos y proclamaron que en el trabajo duro y con mucho corazón, todas las cosas son posibles. ¿Están listos para hacer una diferencia en el futuro de sus hijos, de sus nietos y del cuidado infantil de California? Les pregunto, ¿están listos? ¡Sí! Hermanas y hermanos, esta es una pelea, una lucha. Es hora de luchar como nunca. para poner un fin a la injusticia plagando este país y poner un fin a la indignidad que nos enfrentamos y para acabar con la desigualdad. El 4 de octubre tenemos otro evento aquí y les estamos pidiendo que por favor vengan de vuelta y nos apoyen a nosotras las proveedoras. Vamos a estar aquí juntas en unión y estamos pidiéndoles a ustedes, hermanas y hermanos, que por favor vengan, nos apoyen y nos acompañen. Lilia nos tiene un mensajito para todas.
Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas.
¿Por qué? Porque sí se puede, sí se puede, sí se puede. All right, on to the English part of this.
Take two.
All right. All right, everyone, it's time to take action and make California's child care system work for everyone. Give me a second, All right. SEIU 521 child care providers and allies are building a powerful movement statewide to have a voice in fixing and improving our underfunded child care system. It is a broken system that forces more than 1 million eligible children to be left without the affordable access to early education that they are entitled to and that they also desperately need. It is a broken system that continuously leads to providers not being paid on time, to the point that some providers are having to close their doors or get a second or third job. It's not okay with me. Is that okay with you guys?
No!
Let me be very clear. This is unacceptable. And I speak from experience. I have been a family child care provider here in Watsonville for over 23 years. I have seen that childcare boosts mental, and it's a fact. Childcare boosts mental development, making children more likely to stay in school, develop healthy social skills, and be able to find lifelong careers. Childcare providers know this reality firsthand because we live it every day. That is why early childhood educators are standing together as a union so that they can have a voice in fixing the system and improving the childcare system. Together, we have the power to fix the issues facing our children, our communities, and our profession. We are fighting for a system that ensures that all parents have access to dependable care and all providers earn livable wages and a strong, united voice on the job. We demand that all children get the strong start they deserve and that providers receive the training, the resources, and the living wages we all deserve. But brothers and sisters, we need your help. It's time to take action and make California's child care system work for everyone. We have a petition and we're asking everyone, if you haven't signed it, please go over to our table and sign it saying, I support family child care providers to the right to have collective bargaining rights. By working together, we can be successful. This Labor Day, let's reclaim our day because we are all in this together. Let's remember the struggles of the American workers who forged and defined this nation. The hard-won victories were possible because of workers like you who answered the call that together we rise and proclaim that with hard work With heart, all things are possible.
Yes.
Now I'm asking all of you, are you ready to make a difference in the future of the children of childcare in California? Brothers and sisters, are you ready for this fight with us? Are you ready? It's time to fight like hell and to end the injustice plaguing us, to end the indignity we face, and to end the inequality. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Providers united will never be divided. Providers united will never be divided. Providers united will never be divided. Thank you.
Right here, 1, 2, 3. Sí se pudo.
Just women.
Turn around, Mary Lou.
¿Por qué vamos a ganar? Porque proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. Proveedoras unidas jamás serán vencidas. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
Thank you, sisters. Thank you for those important words. The next speaker I'm going to ask to come up here is from our SEIU 2015 local, our great leader there, Mario Torres, and some of his members are going to say a couple words. Then I'm going to ask for the Paro Valley Federation of Teachers to say a couple words, and then please enjoy food. Hay mucha más comida.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How are we doing? Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. My name is Mario Torres, and I'm here as a member of SEIU Local 2015. I'm a caregiver for a family member. It's important for us to be here to celebrate what we do, acknowledge the hard work that home care workers and all of us do. The working class is under attack from divisive groups as Right to Work, which aims to destroy unions and the working class. But we have seen this before, and we will come out stronger. More than a year has passed since providers in Monterey County have received a wage increase, and many providers are in a waiting list just to try to get in health care. Furthermore, many of us will not get retirement or fight for better wages, health benefits, and retirement security is a fight for dignity and respect. I ask for all our sisters and brothers to support our fight as we support you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining all of us. I am an in-home support provider, and I am so grateful to my union 2015 for allowing me to say a few words, and also to be able to get dental and eye care insurance. At least it's something, and the hourly wage has gone up, and I support my union. Please support all of us as we fight for a decent wage and to have a chance to live in our community. Thank you.
¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
¡Sí se puede!
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Wanted to invite Francisco Rodriguez to say a couple words and introduce some people. You're okay not speaking? Daniel Dodge, can you come over here for a second? Daniel Dodge.
Compañeros, ¿pueden venir para la foto? Hasta enfrente.
So, brothers and sisters, I wanted to give a couple of minutes, an opportunity. At Cabrillo College, we have a lot of challenges, and I had the privilege of talking to the faculty 2 weeks ago, Daniel, and we had a great conversation about what needs to happen, because at the end, we're under attack. The Supreme Court did a ruling. There's a couple of actions that have been a direct attack on labor unions by corporations. And you know what's happened? We're fighting back, we're stronger than ever. And we're here for the long haul. So I'm gonna ask Daniel to say a couple words and talk about some of the challenges he has. And there's an election coming up in November that's gonna talk about some candidates. So here you go, Daniel.
Thank you, Brother Cesar. Big hand to everybody for the Labor Council and all the volunteers and all the elected officials, everybody who came out early. And how about our DJ too, wherever he's at. Thank you. For those that don't know me, my name is Daniel Dodge. I'm currently the Executive Director of the Cabrillo College Federation of Teachers. I want to thank all the teachers that have been here today. We're affiliated with the California Federation of Teachers on the state level and American Federation of Teachers on the national level. And we have been organizing, working to be able to get our membership in this post-Janus year. Make no mistake, there is an attack on public education all around the country right now, from the top all the way down, from the charter school movements to be able to try and privatize public education. So at Cabrillo College, we're blessed to be a union. We're 95%, over 90% of our faculty belongs to the Cabrillo College Federation of Teachers. We're strong out there. But there's one thing about public sector unions and in education, we have a chance to pick our own bosses. We have a chance to go through an endorsement and be able to have them face questions for the membership. So it's important to be involved in your COPE and your membership forms and let people know what you think. ahead of time. At Cabrillo, we have up 3 electoral seats this year for the Board of Trustees. Only 2 of those seats, one with the incumbent was uncontested. The second, we've had the honor and the pleasure to be able to have him appointed in lieu of election because he scared away the opposition, a member of the board that's on for 26 years. And it's my pleasure to announce that Adam Speckler is an interim Cabrillo College trustee. Big hand for Adam. Adam, over here serving everybody. He's an endorsed labor candidate. Our board met and endorsed Adam, and we're really happy to be able to do that. We have another race that's going to overlap with some of the PVFT in the Aptos La Selva area, and we have a former Cabrillo College union member that's running for that seat, and named Dan Rothwell, and we'll be coming back to you asking for some more support, as everybody will be asking for support in this election time, because this is the time where we make our voice heard. Democrats endorse candidates, labor does all the footwork. Make no mistake, labor does all the footwork to be able to help elect members that will represent our positions on collective bargaining and be our voices for us behind closed doors. So that's why it's important for us to be able to participate in the process, and we need your support, we need your effort, we need your work to be able to get out there to support candidates that are union friendly and union endorsed. So they're giving me the hook because they only told me 3 minutes, so again, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here in Watsonville, Uniontown, USA, everybody. Thank you.
Sí se puede. Thank you, Daniel. So I wanted to ask our Secretary Treasurer of the Labor Council to come up here. He's president of the Pajaro Valley Federation of Teachers. And at the local level and at the federal level, AFT, CTA, CSEA, and everybody in education is fighting really hard. We have a bad person in head of the education department, Betty the boss, our great friend there, kidding, she's terrible. She's the worst secretary we've had, and that says a lot. And Francisco.
Thank you, Francisco Rodriguez with the Pajaro Valley Federation of Teachers. And as Cesar was saying, yes, we do need some support and some help at the federal level when it comes to education. As you know, the focus, the conversation has been about bears and arms and things like that, but nothing about arming teachers with the necessary supplies to educate or the funds to be able to address all of the needs of our students. And we have among us a person, a congressperson here, Jimmy Panetta, who is the person that is here to support us in education. And I'd like to introduce him. My honor to introduce to you Mr. Jimmy Panetta.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody for being here on this beautiful Labor Day. Appreciate CCLC for doing this. Caesar, Glenn, Rodney, you guys do a hell of a job. Thank you very much. Look, this week was probably one of the few weeks where I would have said, turn on the TV. Because every other week besides this week, there's been a lot of bad news coming out of Washington. You know that. But this week, we heard some news about a senator who passed away, Senator John McCain. So look, Senator John McCain was no moderate. He was no progressive. But what Senator John McCain did is he stood up for what was right and his principles. And let me tell you, now more than ever, we need to be reminded that people who serve in public office, they understand that it means serving this nation. They understand that it means serving the people of this nation. A lot more than just serving yourself. And now more than ever, we need people like that. We need to continue to be reminded that we need people like that. People like all of you who understand what it takes to serve each other. Because especially right now, we're being attacked. Our workers are being attacked. Our wages are being attacked. Our unions are being attacked. Our overtime is being attacked. Our health care is being attacked. And that's why we need to do what those leaders did. And that's not just stand up but actually step up and get something done. We need to continue to stand for $15 minimum wage. We need to stand for Medicare for all. We need to stand for making sure that men and women who are working hard and they want to unionize, they should have the financial support to unionize. We have to continue standing up. And in Washington, D.C., there are members who are doing that. But we need the support of people like you. This is going to be a bottom-up effort, and we need to continue to get out there, especially when it comes to November of 2018 and November of 2020. Now, I know, and every other week you turn on the news and you feel distraught, you're disappointed, you want to pull your hair out, but don't let it distract you from staying focused. Don't let it distract you from the fight come November. That's the most important thing. We are not knocked down. We are not knocked down. It reminds me of a story I heard about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was walking on the street after a fight one night. Some kid came up to him and he said, "Hey, champ, I saw your fight last night. And I saw when you got knocked down, your opponent got that lucky jab in." And Muhammad Ali said, "That wasn't me." And he says, "Yeah, no." The kid says, "Yeah, I saw you. We swung and he knocked you down." And Muhammad Ali said, "That wasn't me. You know why? I'm never knocked down. I'm either up or I'm getting up." And that's us. That's us. We are never knocked down. Labor, workers, we're never knocked down. We're not just standing up, but we got to continue to fight November 2018 and especially November of 2020. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Brothers and sisters, thank you for coming out here. I have one more speaker. Our Executive Vice President, Jeffrey Smedberg, is going to say a couple words about a ballot measure coming up.
Thank you, Cesar. I'm Jeffrey Smedberg, proud active retiree member of SEIU. Now I've transformed myself. I'm speaking on behalf of Measure M in Santa Cruz, rent control.
I'm the translator. Hi. Su nombre es Jeffrey Smedberg. Él está aquí ahorita en la campaña de sí en la M, hablando de now I'm blanking out. See, the pressure is going. Affordable housing. Viviendas costeables. Viviendas accesibles. Thank you. Sorry for my Spanish.
Thank you. And this is my good staff leader, Debbie Narvaez. So my former housemate Paul, he's the most conscientious tenant a landlord could ever have. And he was evicted after 4 years because the landlady knew she could double the rent.
Tenía yo una persona que vivía conmigo, Paul, era mi gran amigo, y lo sacaron de su casa después de 4 años porque era un teniente, pero la persona que era encargada de la casa, la dueña, sabía que lo podía sacar para sacarle doble de la renta para él, algo que es muy costoso.
My friend Mike and his whole household were given notice and kicked out on the street because the landlord said he's taking the house off the rental market.
Su amigo Mike y toda su familia lo sacaron de la casa porque también el dueño de la casa ya no quería estar rentando la casa.
Realtors in Santa Cruz are advertising that home prices are the highest ever.
Las personas que venden casas en el condado de Santa Cruz están diciendo de que las casas son muy caras aquí en el condado de Santa Cruz.
And they're raking in big commissions from the real estate investors.
Y los que invierten en las viviendas están agarrando muchas comisiones acerca de esto.
Then these same realtors pretend to care for the renters, and they're blaming the rent control campaign for scaring landlords into taking their units off the market and making rentals scarce.
Los que venden casas están echando la culpa a los que están peleando para que haya viviendas accesibles, pero la marqueta dicen que la marqueta es lo que está causando el problema y que las personas que están peleando por el... It's just like that. It's gone. Affordable housing.
Accesible. Viviendas accesible. Okay. I'm learning too. Rent control in Santa Cruz will limit rent increases to inflation.
Controlando las rentas en las viviendas en Santa Cruz nos va a ayudar acerca de la inflación.
Rent control in Santa Cruz is limited to voters in Santa Cruz, but you can all help because throughout the whole state, if we pass Proposition 10 and repeal Costa-Hawkins, rent control can be expanded to all the units.
Rent control. El control de la renta ahorita va a ayudar a la gente que vive en la ciudad de Santa Cruz, pero todos podemos ayudar en pasar Proposición 10, que va a ayudar para que podamos agarrar viviendas accesibles en todo el estado de California.
So right now landlords have all the power, and the rent control ordinance will shift that a little bit so tenants have some power.
Ahorita todos los dueños de casa tienen todo el poder, pero ahorita queremos cambiar ese poder para que vea a los tenientes, para que puedan tener viviendas accesibles a todos.
Just cause for eviction portion of the rent control ordinance will end arbitrary evictions.
La causa justa para sacar a gentes de sus viviendas va a terminar esas evicciones cuando sacan a gente con tal de subir la renta.
Standing up here with me are the only Santa Cruz City Council candidates who support Rent Control Measure M, Justin Cummings and Drew Glover.
Aquí con hoy tenemos a dos candidatos de la ciudad, del concilio, que son los únicos que están apoyando el control de renta en la ciudad de Santa Cruz.
Some people will argue that the United States is a classless society.
Muchos pueden decir de que los Estados Unidos es una sociedad sin clase.
But as labor movement activists, we know that there are different interests between workers and bosses.
Pero como activistas en el movimiento, nosotros sabemos la diferencia entre los activistas y los jefes.
So is it any surprise that when we talk with people about rent control,
si tienen alguna sorpresa cuando hablamos de control de viviendas, de la renta,
it's significant how often their thinking about rent control coincides with their property ownership status.
Es muy coincidencia de que la conversación de renta también entra en la conversación de sus propiedades y los dueños.
Who would have guessed that rent control is a class issue?
¿Quién pensaría que el control de renta es un tema de clase?
If you want to find out more about the rent control measure, the PDC table has some literature. They've also got some contribution envelopes.
Si quieren más información acerca de la campaña de control de renta, pueden ir a la mesa de atrás de PDC y ahí pueden agarrar información y también pueden donar a la campaña para ayudarnos.
Out of county real estate industry and landlord associations have contributed $500,000 against rent control.
Los que venden las casas, ellos han donado más de 500 millones de dólares, right? 500,000? Oh, $500,000 a la campaña para pelear contra nosotros acerca de las viviendas aquí en Santa Cruz.
But what's going to allow us to win is the volunteer effort and the small contributions from all of you.
Pero lo que nos va a ayudar para ganar son todos los que van a apoyarnos y todos que pueden dar sus horas y su tiempo para ir a caminar y platicar. acerca de este tema.
And when we win rent control in Santa Cruz, that will spark rent control efforts throughout the Central Coast.
Y cuando ganemos esta campaña de control de renta, entonces podemos ganar en otras ciudades aquí en la costa central.
Thank you for all of you for your attention.
Gracias a todos.
My name is Glenn Schaller, and I work at the Monterey Bay Central Labor Council. I'm a proud member of Teamsters 912 here in Watsonville. I helped put on this event, and this is the day we get to not only celebrate that we are labor, but that we have changed the world already, and we're ready to do it some more.
Yeah!
We have a chance to hear today from some folks from the California Nurses Association about a campaign in Salinas for the Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital Board. There are 5 board members, there are 4 seats up, and we have 4 working class, union-friendly candidates. Regina Gage, Cesar Lara, Timothy Miguel, and Juan Cabrera. You know Cesar, he's my boss, he works at the Labor Council. The fact that we're going to have labor leaders and labor members elected to a public hospital board is simply outstanding. But I want you to have a chance to hear from Jennifer Holm, who's also a candidate for the Pajaro Valley School Board, and Sandra Martinez, who is on the executive board of the Labor Council.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Holm. I am a nurse here in Watsonville, and I want to... All right, moving to the left, as I should. So, I'm going to introduce my good friend and, colleague, Sandra Martinez, who is a nurse at Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital. This is an amazing opportunity that we have to have a hospital board, coming from a grassroots perspective. And so I'm going to let Sandra talk to you a little bit about that.
Hello everyone, again my name is Sandra Martinez. I'm so happy to be here with you to celebrate labor and what we stand for as issues and how important, especially now with the Janice case, that we stay united and we stay focused on what we need to do. For us, the nurses at Salinas Valley, it is very important that we select a hospital board that supports labor, that supports the issues that are important to labor, such as pensions, healthcare, in terms of access to insurance and such. And that is critical because when we have a good contract, it benefits other local unions that to also have good contracts. And so we are excited that we have these 4 candidates, and we're asking you to help us support them in a way that canvassing, pass the word. We're facing big money from the Salinas Valley Leadership Group. We're facing anti-labor resistance, and we are going to win because we have the power of the grassroots efforts, which means you. So help us pass the word in many ways that we're going to do, and there's going to be GoFundMe pages coming up. If you can even donate $5, everything's appreciated. We are excited of these candidates because we have interviewed them, and we have found, and trust me, we are tough when we interview them. We ask them all kinds of questions, and we found that they are worthy because they align with labor. And they're aligned with the issues that have to do with the middle class and the lower class, bringing them up. So we need that kind of leadership at the place where it's needed, which is at the decision-making power. So once again, please help us, and you help us, we help you, and thank you again. But the candidates again, there's 5 district boards, 5 district seats, and it is Regina Gage, Zone 1, Cesar Lara, Zone 4, Juan Cabrera, and I forgot what zone he's from because they kind of mesh, and then Timothy Miguel, Zone 5. So you will, if you're connected with through labor, you will find out what zones and where the area is, but pass the word. That's the best thing that we can do. And please tell everyone, vote, vote, vote. There's so many people that are not registered. It's just, I cannot even fathom that. So let's make our effort to get everyone to vote. Oh, and I would like to also introduce Jennifer Holm, that she didn't get to speak about herself. She's running for the school board in Pajaro, District 7. And I have had a pleasure of talking to her. She not only is she articulate, but she's level-headed. She does her research really good. She looks at all the angles. And so if you guys are in the Pajaro area, she's worth talking to, and support her.
Thank you.
I feel funny coming up here, but I'm a candidate for office. For everybody that I said I would never run for office, sorry, I lied, but this is important. It's our healthcare. Salinas Valley Memorial is at center of healthcare decisions, not just in the Salinas Valley, but in San Benito County and in the Monterey Peninsula and across the region. When unions negotiate, our healthcare systems negotiate, they start with Salinas Valley Memorial, and then they set the mark and it goes everywhere else. So the board needs strong leadership, and I got asked, and when you get asked by the nurses, you can't say no. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of saying that I'm running because we got to make sure that Salinas Valley Memorial is strong, because when they're strong, the rest of the systems are strong. And we need to fight, luchar, and all that stuff. So thank you, thank you. Thank you for the support, thank you. Now I'm gonna ask Kelly Martinez to come up here. Gracias, Sandra and Jennifer. Jennifer, school candidate. Kelly Martinez, my boss. A great leader in UFCW and has been in the forefront. So I wanted, she just got here. Just wanted her to say a couple words and actually close the event down. So thank you.
Hello everyone and good afternoon. So in closing, I think the sentiment has been that right now is the time when, worker unions are not giving up. Unions matter now more than ever, and workers see that. And it's time to really come together and build this movement. This is a movement of social and economic justice. That's what we are. We're a movement. And we're really looking towards building momentum. And right now we're really taking advantage of building this solidarity is what's going to make us that much stronger. If we lift union workers, we lift all workers. And that's really what we're striving to do. And going into the general election, it's really important to engage and mobilize and inform our membership. And I know that's what we're all trying to do. And we're also trying to build coalitions with within our communities, because we share a lot of the similar sentiments and values that really make us stronger, really hold true to our values. And I'm really proud of all the work that Cesar Lara and everyone at the Labor Council and all the unions have done. And I'm newly elected president of the Monterey Central Labor Council, but I have been really involved a number of years with UFCW, and I'm with the UFCW Western States Council. And I'm really glad to share this space with everyone, and looking forward to really growing and building and going towards the general election and getting our members involved, because that's really ultimately how we move and make change. So with that, I really want to, close thanking you all again for coming. And if you need anything, we're here for you. We're here to work with you, work for you. And again, thank you.
Thank you. The only thing I wanted to say is one of the things that I learned from was the United Farm Workers. And in the Farm Worker Pledge or prayer, there's a passage. Song and celebration. We have to remember that as we do this hard work. So, a la música, Mr. DJ. Gracias.